Okay, folks. Today, November 17th, 2025. This is the wrap-up meeting of the Plan Georgia 2035 Implementation and Infrastructure Task Force. We're short quorum, so we're going to have an informational meeting, which is fine. So just wrapping up. Even though we're technical as a vote on minutes, anybody have any problems with minutes? I would say at the end of the first paragraph, it says conference plan 2035, probably say the Plan 2035 Implementation Infrastructure Task Force. And this is all going to go your mini PowerPoint.
Clear Councilmember, love to provide a quick presentation. There's other items guys covered before the presentation.
No.
Okay. So I will see if it's queued up yet. Perfect. All right. So in front of all of task force members, you have a copy of the presentation. For the record, name is Keisha Hall, Main Director, Prince George County. And this presentation is very high level, and it allows for us to walk through what we've done this year and potential next step at the leader of the board. Okay, so just to recap, why is this committee together? What's task force put together? So SR 81/2023 provides the guardrail of why it's important for us to have this task force. And so, Chair Noga, we're grateful that you're able to help lead this task force since the execution of this resolution. And what we did in the PowerPoint is remind the purpose of why I put this together because of there's no DIC Act. It allows for the DIC Council to review comprehensive plan and use development related items in county related to general plan. Also, in 2014, and if you go under CR 2014, the Council adopted our general plan, also known as Plan and Strategies 2035, which blueprint for long-term growth development for a portion of the Washington Region District and Prince George's County. Also, under that resolution, we're able to capture purpose and mission of this advisory task force, which review the implementation strategies of Plan Prince George's 2035, make recommendations to the County Council concerning the best ways to reconcile policy, regulation, and long-range diligence under 2014 plan. And then lastly, the Prince George 2035 Implementation Infrastructure Task Force is to convene for a period of 6 years with the requirement to prepare, submit, and report on its findings and progress County Council. The task force shall submit a report as in Resolution 2029, as the term of the task is extended by resolution by the County Council. So did start talking about what some of the items that we covered in 2024, and we're going to go this year going through that. And then we also want to touch on very quickly what we have been talking for 2025. If we can cue back a PowerPoint slide, please. Not sure. Okay, wonderful. Let's go here. So topics for this calendar year. So we're a few weeks shy of 2026. And so we want to do just provide some very high level overview of what covered calendar with this task force. So in March of 2025, we read the recommendation report and appreciate all the hard work that was put to the draft recommendation report. April of 2025, we had an opportunity to learn more about the countywide master plan of transportation, all known as Scope Prince George. Then in June, we also had an opportunity to get a opinion on school capacity, adequacy, and accessibility by Prince George County Police Schools. In July, before recess, we also briefed on police response times and the task force remembers their draft legislation that is requiring more a deep dive into the topic. And then last month, there was a presentation on the implemented Plan 2035 plan elements that the department's been tracking and able to share those updates in real time with the task force. And so if it's a pleasure of this task force chair, we would like to introduce a final memo to wrap up remaining items that presented to this task force. And then all the next would be county council to do their formal resolution task force at their leisure. And also we would love to begin conversation next year in regards to starting up Plan 2050 task force at the leisure of council. So that concludes my presentation.
Thank you. Has there been any discussion about how to approach Plan 2050?
Yes, sir. And we've had the opportunity to some of our jurisdictions. As your memory carry has 20 plan, D has a 20 plan they're working on, and we've started a high level timeline of what that looks like. We really believe important a lot of listening sessions, and what that looks like is being probably the first part of the process in reaching out to different committees, putting pencil down, listening before we start a type of auditing of our plans. So that was something that we're working on. Hopefully, everything goes well, maybe spring or sort of next year to start that effort.
Yeah, I mentioned before. I'm sure. Shows remembers envision George's. Not sure that react. We all were. Good process like that. That was a very comprehensive process. That over a year, I think. But it was very useful. I do want to thank everybody participating in the task force. And we had an ambitious agenda going forward, but the county executive and council should have a more ambitious agenda. They tend to think that 2025 being 11 years old is that date, which is a little ironic, but considering how long the horizons these plans are, and I don't know, the previous end of DC's 2050 plan was Montgomery hasn't done a general plan in forever. I mean, they only were the date. I just want to say, I think the task how a lot of productive meetings, you're out and cover those reasons. We create a ton of ATF, ad hoc facilities issues, We went over 25 strategy, we went over environmental issues. When you go to the list of meetings, and then there's this year's meeting, was just covered. And our report provided a list of 10 or 11, well, other than that, actually, recommendations for the task force. A miscellaneous group had a variety of minor items, but looking back at the list, task force, but identified elements of 25 that have been implemented. We talked about that at our last meeting. We went over that. We went over the Plan 25 evaluation, Sec 5 review, which identified a lot of strengths and weaknesses, and a lot of questions. And I just want to acknowledge Mr. Dotson and Tom Lester together a voluminous memo. Folks read that October 28th, but it answers a lot of questions. I do a critique one of this because it was one I raised, and that's yeah, I'm not sure the proper terminology or the terminology that they used. The inflow of vehicles in the county employees. So they look at the inflow to the traffic, the number of vehicles that stay in the county, and subtract from it the people who leave the county. And the largest number is the people who leave the county. I think the smallest number is the people in the county. And then when you add in the people who stay in the county, well, you're always going to get a positive number. Those two people coming in and people staying will outweigh the people leaving. But the real issue is people are leaving the county versus coming in the county. That's a real number. So you're getting a positive that they a critique or analysis technique. I think we need to understand what's being measured, and that as we have understood for a long time, where people take jobs out of county, then people from county take jobs with us, and that's very important. Anyway. Brandon, did that get distributed to everybody?
Could you read that here?
The October 20 memo from complaint that so the questions that were raised at last meeting.
Yes.
That got distributed.
Yes, it did. It should have been distributed as.
I think you had questions.
Gomez Masters, but I believe she, yes, sir.
So anyway, there was a lot of recommendation, being more adequate facilities with new policies, CIP strategy for complying with Plan 2035, looking at AC resiliency, impact guidelines on climate issues, it's something that needs to be elevated. I know Mr. Foreman was interested in recommendation establishing a product development indicator. Like I said, other miscellaneous considerations. We have quite a ambitious list of tasks, so hopefully they'll get rolled. I'm sure your rep will identify this and rolled into the Plan 2050 process. So the work done here. It's unfortunate it's not really complete here, but I think it provides a good baseline for the 2050 process. With that, I'll turn to anybody else that like see in the final memo or any comments.
You mentioned Dave, somebody said the Plan 2035 was out of date. And to me, that may be out of date, but it's still a plan. And I think should be following the plan until you change the plan or modify the plan. I don't understand why we spend all this time in for the plan and then wait and not do anything called irrelevant or if they a plan. Why are we planning, not following the plan? So I've learned in the tasks, the main thing I've learned in the tasks is that we plan, but we don't follow the plan, and the plans are ignored. That's very disheartening for me. I think our counties follow the plan. I think we're the outlier. From what I search, is the other counties type plan their zone, and they ignore plans. And I think as a result of that, you get development that other county wouldn't stand for, because it's development we would fit in their plan, but because of our plans, we accept it. And I think it's to our detriment that we're doing this to ourselves.
I would argue, having done representation work in a jurisdiction, that it's not rose on the other side of the fence, you might think. I think the difference is that in other jurisdictions, for a whole variety of reasons, they've been successful getting implemented tech development that we haven't. But in terms of, I've worked at least 7 jurisdictions. Every place I worked, I was hiring residents, told me their local government was the worst corrupt, good old boy network ever seen by God. Never seen them. So when it's community, you're seeing things the way you like, it's the worst. So I don't think we're that far behind, but we've been successful getting the tax base that we need, which drives up the tax rate on residents, and we still don't have enough money. Then our problem is rather than say we're not accept this, we want take more townhouses, more apartments. There's nothing wrong with taking them, but it's where they're not designated in plan. Is a split occurs that leads to public facility issues, staying issues, and we still get the implement development. We get implement development. I learned this 30 years ago. Technology goes to other sectors. Warehouses come from churches. So in terms of economic value square foot, it's lower. In terms of number of jobs per square foot, it's lesser. So we repeat that cycle. A lot of the development we're seeing employment recently is Amazon or delivery options operations. So we're not being out of the hole, which is why one of the items I requested added to indicates is comparing our taxpayer capital with jurisdictions. I'm not sure I did it correctly, but that answer in memo, October 8th memo, I think it's just we have a positive indicator. That misleading positive because it probably have the best per capita tax bases in the state, one of the best. But what population is, if we're number 2, we probably rank 7th, 8th, or 9th in per capita lower. But we're not. You need to compare apple to apple. Our tax per capita is much more than Washington County, but that's not relevant. When you get to Montgomery, Howard, and around Baltimore County, it's much lower, and that's competing. We're not competing with Somerset, Dorchester. So, but overall, with your concern and complaint, we accept development that sets back. But although I think we're at places brawl, we really are. When I started this, you had the continents and had a woman brain line developments, and you didn't have failure. You had 301 card. What's the project? South Lakes. South Lakes was they had kinds of projects they couldn't develop that. Now, not only developed it, was developed with it to help finance sprawl development. That's fed with funds with the TIS sprawl development. That directly counter to our hands. It's very clear we're not to incentivize sprawl development when you're being tax financing out for those. We can debate with sprawl. Although I went at the Plan 35 and the master plan cover that. I've talked too long. Sure,
there's a lot to them. I couldn't what been said. The only thing I will say is this failure was part of a master plan or site plan and vision that being a town center, and it's my understanding that's being developed in accordance with the plan documents. Now, look like in 2007 is very different than the reality we see today. But say that area is sprawl, I think is a little bit of a disingenuous message because that was an area the county wanted to see development, wanted to know. We argued there it's up, let's call it sprawl, and that's how it's planned. I think is a bit too much.
We debated. I was here in 2007. I'm not sure where I was part of the conversations, but I'll say that you told me it was sprawl from plant employees.
In 2007?
More like 18, 19. Particularly the towns are dissolved. It came to Amazon enjoyment, what it's called. Yes, the fulfillment center. And also the strategy behind Westphalia was to consolidate all the land that's along Route 4 into one development and to build the infrastructure for the development. And that did not occur. That was the promise that was made. And it's been developed piecemeal, and we've had I don't detail the problem with Park getting developed, and things have happened. But it's debatable. I just want respect.
It's hard to say we don't follow a plan, but then we follow the plan considered incorrect. So there's the problems with plans. These are guides, the advisory. It's the zoning that is the enforcement mechanism, and we have plans that are act up zoning. You have issues zoning. You can't just say, well, what the plan says, and council's action is to rezone or rezone a certain way that is allowed. Contrary plan. We can argue this back and forth all day, and I don't know if anyone wants that.
Probably, I would say that it was developed in the 2002 general plan, which had cards and centers, and the big effect of whether we could extend the yield line. Line? No, the purple
Yeah, around national grid, I think, is the plan.
Yeah. Which would be very good. I'll put that in terms of you.
There's the plan always correct, but they foresee an area. I have to adapt.
Yeah, he's a mistake.
Yeah.
I'll just say a quick thing about that, and then I'll say my second comment. I think I don't know the history of Westfield, but if you look at the 2035 plan, that would have happened in the area. I mean, the decision was, the plan came out in 2014, the decision on Westphalia. And I think the priority development that plan was looking for was around metro stations and the train stations. And enough of that has been whereas projects Westphalia have. So I think that's sort of the tension. The other thing I'm going to say is just with the 2050 plan, my firm did, so that project started, I want to say, before the pandemic started in Montgomery County. They had this really ambitious engagement plan, and they had real challenges in carrying it out because they do a lot of proceedings. And the net result was near the end when we're considering whether the council was going to pass or not, that the engagement is inadequate because it didn't pay enough attention to underserved, historically marginalized communities. And that's where we came in and helped on a bunch of meetings, of course, of 3 months in order to help create kind of equity chapter to the plan. So I'm just emphasizing, like, especially at the front end, of really laying that groundwork, really covering as many neighborhoods, especially that typically get overlooked, is really important for the foundation of the plan.
Very good.
And I don't know that.
Words?
So I do know that we'll see this group, so pass it again, and feel very comfortable also sharing that we are students of the profession. So the American Planning Association, every day provide an award for best comment. So Gwinnett County in Georgia got the award this year. Charlotte, North Carolina got last year. To your point, to bring up, Charlotte had to some very innovative things with outreach. So we're hoping to learn from our peer jurisdictions that are now looking for and trying to solve some of their issues as well. We're definitely going to continue to follow the LEADUS task force and open and train the task for 2050 also for its recommendations. That's first. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Anything else? I guess we shall learn.
Now we all go for drinks.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you all.